What's going on, Miami fans? You already know what's coming, so go ahead, have a seat, buckle up. The Miami Hurricanes lose to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in overtime, 28-21. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, previously the worst team in the Coastal. But you know what? Miami said, we would like to wear that crown. You know, we'll take over that position. We'll be the worst team in the Coastal. Don't worry about it, Georgia Tech. We got you. I guess we felt bad for them, right? So we'll be the worst team in the Coastal. Why not? You know, do something a little different, right? Week number 3. Of having to eat my score prediction. I'm tired of doing this. And also, I gotta tell you something. I'm also sick and tired of losing football games. I'm sick and tired of it. Well, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this game a little bit. What went wrong? What happened? To sum it up for you, everything went wrong. Who do we point the finger at? Who's to blame for this loss against Georgia Tech? I'll tell you. The coaches and the players. I understand that we have a first-time head coach. I'm willing to give him some time. Listen, we're going to have some losses. We're rebuilding, I guess, right? We've got a new offense. We've got all these new faces. Where do you draw the line? That's what I want to know. Because in my opinion, a rebuilding program, a Miami Hurricanes program with a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new strength and conditioning coach, yada, 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 whatever. Losing to Georgia Tech, the worst team in the Coastal, coming into this game 1-5 is still unacceptable. As a Miami fan, you have to understand why I'm so frustrated. Citadel beat Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech could only put up 2 points on Temple, and they put up 28 on Miami. The Miami Hurricanes are now 3-4 overall and 1-3 in the ACC. So any chance, any glimmer of hope that we were holding on to win the Coastal, to play in the ACC championship is gone. Guys, it's over. Now, quick disclaimer before we dive into the stats and things for this video and talk about what happened. All day, every day, ride or die. I want to get that out of the way. Yes, I am still a Miami Hurricanes fan. This channel isn't going anywhere. I'm still repping to you all day, every day. I just want to see this football team get better. That's all. So am I still a Canes fan? Absolutely, 100%. That doesn't change even a little bit after today. But I wanted to just get that out of the way. Really, the most frustrating thing for me probably in this game, 3 missed field goals. 3 of them. Turner Davidson, the new guy, the guy that came in, last week we were patting him on the back. We were cheering him on. Yeah, he got a field goal, a 19-yarder, and he kicked some extra points. Missed 2 field goals today. Easy field goals. Okay, so we try backs out at some point, right? Also misses a field goal. These could have been game changers. Can any of you kick? Honest question. I'm not even kidding at this point. And it's super upsetting to know that we had chances to escape with a victory in this game. Would it have been pretty? No. Would we still have been made fun of? Absolutely, because we would have barely beaten Georgia Tech. But at the end of the day, a dub is still a dub. Even sometimes the big, great teams right now, Clemson or Alabama, get lucky and escape with a victory, right? But we couldn't put any points on the board in the second half. Second half of the football game for both of these football teams, other than overtime, when Georgia Tech scored, 0 points. Nothing. Nada. At this point, touchdown rings are not cool. Turnover chain, nobody cares. I just want to win football games. That's it. So you know what? Let's just talk stats a little bit. I've got it up on the screen beside me. I've been ranting for the last few minutes. Let's look at some actual stats and see what we've got here. Third down efficiency, Miami, 5 of 13. Fourth down efficiency, we did go for it on fourth down at one point. We did not convert. Total yards in this game, 357, 200 of those passing, 157 rushing. So we did have a little bit of a better day when it comes to rushing. But DJ Dallas went down in the first quarter with a knee injury. I don't know the extent of that, but he stayed out for the remainder of the game. Cameron Harris had a pretty good day. 18 carries for 136 yards. That man stepped up and did what he could. He worked with what he had, right? 4 penalties for 25 yards as opposed to Georgia Tech's 9 penalties for 82 yards. Penalty-wise, we did okay. We did have 1 turnover. Time of possession was almost identical. 28 minutes for Miami, 31 minutes for Georgia Tech. We just, other than kickoff, all right, at kickoff, we had players jumping up and down. Guys are hyped. We looked uninspired, man. We didn't look passionate. We didn't have that fire. We didn't want to win this football game. N'Kosi Perry's stats for the day, 16 of 28 for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, at one point, Perry did take a big shot to the shoulder, and he sat out for a possession, and Jaron Williams came in. Jaron Williams had 1 or 2 good throws, I think, on that possession, but otherwise it led to nothing. We didn't put any points on the board. Wide receivers for Miami maybe looked a little bit better today. There were still, though, way too many drop passes that could have been big-time catches. Harley had a pretty good day. KJ had an okay day. Brevin Jordan for the tight ends played his heart out. That call at the end in overtime, if it was a first down or not a first down, listen, we could sit here and argue that until we're blue in the face. But at the end of the day, you can't let it come down to a decision like that, a call like that. This game should have never even went to overtime. So honestly, I'm not even going to argue it. I'm already seeing people posted up on Twitter pictures of the forward progress and the first down marker and all that stuff. I get it, but it shouldn't have come down to that, a 1-5 Georgia Tech team. And listen, not throwing shade at Georgia Tech. You guys may get mad at me for doing this, but congratulations to Georgia Tech. You guys beat us fair and square. You won the football game. You marched down to Hard Rock Stadium and took care of business. We didn't, and we had every opportunity to win this football game, and we couldn't do it. And I know I already mentioned it, but Cameron Harris, that dude, I am proud of him because DJ Dallas went down, and typically Dallas shoulders the load when it comes to carries on this offense, and Cameron Harris stepped up big time in this game. I still just feel like I want to see more passion and fire from the players and the coaches too, because everybody's going to tell me, Coop, that's not going to win you a football game. You're right. It's not. Just passion and fire alone will not win you a football game, but it definitely helps. I feel like if most of these players played with the fire and passion that Jimmy Murphy had, we would look like a different football team, even given the circumstances with the bad play calling and the coaching issues. I still feel like we would look like a different team. So again, does it win you the football game? Absolutely not. Does it help? Oh yeah, it definitely helps. Also, the defense. The tackling still has got to be better. I saw so many bad angles and just poor tackling in general. Now, when you get in late into the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, the offense was having a lot of 3-and-outs in short drives. So the defense was getting gassed. I feel like I'm saying this. I'm a broken record from last season. What did I constantly say? The defense is gassed. Hands are on the hips. You know, they're out of breath, man. And the defense was gassed, especially in the fourth quarter. So what are you going to do, you know? And I know that most of this video has been me just ranting and venting my frustrations about this game, but Miami fans are hurt right now, man. We did not expect, even if it was a rebuilding year, if that's what you want to call it, we didn't expect 3-4 and losing to a 1-5 Georgia Tech. No way, you know. We didn't expect to lose these games at Hard Rock like we did in that home game stretch. I think at some point, and oh man, I'm going to get killed possibly in the comment section for saying this, but tell me what you think. Instead of saying we play down to our competition, which is what I initially thought we were doing, maybe we're just not that good of a football team. And when I say not that good of a football team, I mean all around, right? This falls on, again, players and coaches, because everyone wants me to point the finger at one side. Everyone says, Coop, it's the coaches. No, Coop, it's the players. It's a combination of the two. So here's my question to you. Where do we go from here? And I'm not even talking about expectations. At this point, we really can't even have any expectations. We're traveling on the road to Pitt. We're traveling to FSU. But where do we actually go from here? How do we improve and how do we get better? Because we just beat, I understand that maybe they weren't as good as everyone thought they were, but we beat the 20th ranked team, Virginia, held them to 9 points. And then we come out the next week and Georgia Tech puts up 28 on us. So there's no consistency there. At this point, I think it's all about trying to win as many more games as possible so we can go to a bowl game and trying to save the recruits that we still have. Because at this point, I don't really keep up with recruiting, but I know they're dropping like flies. And kids want to play for teams that win football games. Period. I'm still going to do the preview video for Pitt. I'll still be doing the night before stream. I'll still be doing the live hangout next week. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. Ride or die, all about this U, all day, every day. It's just a tough time to be a Canes fan right now. Losing sucks, and it's never fun. It's always more fun to win. Hopefully this coaching staff is willing to make the changes that are needed. And I'm looking at you, Manny Diaz. We've got to be willing to make necessary changes no matter what they are. And if that means possibly firing and or changing some people in the staff, whether they're friends and family or whatever, then it needs to be done. So again, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, good or bad. Nobody here can tell you if you are truly a Miami fan or not. So if you're venting your frustration and someone replies to your comment and says you're not a fan because you said this, listen, don't even pay attention to it. Only you know if you're truly a fan. And right now the Miami fan base is hurting. We're upset. So people are going to vent their frustration down in the comment section, and that's perfectly fine. And if you want to pull positives from it, there are some. I'm not saying everything is negative just because we lost. There are some positives there, but right now the negatives overshadow all of that. So again, Miami Hurricanes all day, every day. Remember, guys, we are all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, believe it or not, as crazy as it might sound to some of you, it's still always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out.